And we're going live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Oh, I got to go over here and go live too there. Almost forgot. I think we is live, girl.
Are we? Are
Mhm.
we live?
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Hey, Aunty, and
Ash.
where we are bridging the generations through conversation. We got to get in the habit, Ash, of saying that tagline.
What? Bridging generations through conversation.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
She act like
See,
somebody just put
you
something to
just
her
said
head.
it.
Yes, yes, yes. So before we dive into our topic tonight, y'all, we are talking about Love is Blind. And not only are we going to be talking about the reality show, Love is Blind, but we are going to ask the question to all of you and to each other. Do we really think, is love really blind? Like, is love really blind? So before we dive into that, let's just check all of our platforms. Ash, can you check Facebook for me to make sure we're live over there? I'll
Yes,
check
I can do that.
IG, and then we shall see where we are
No,
and what
IG came up
IG
already.
did come up.
I saw that we had gone live on IG.
Oh, okay. Do you want more? I don't see it. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna dive right in.
That as
I know we're
well.
live on YouTube, and so let's just dive in. We don't want to tarry, as the old folks say, the old
No.
church folks say. So Ash, okay, Love is Blind. Can you give the audience a snapshot, an
Okay.
introduction of what that is?
So
The
I
show.
have been watching Love is Blind since it first came out.
Me too, girl.
And I really, really enjoy like the conception of you getting to know a person without technically seeing them. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, in Love is Blind, you go into this experience. I
Mm-hmm.
believe you only have like, is it 6 weeks or something?
I don't remember.
It's some kind of time frame. However,
Mm-hmm.
you never see the person until you propose to them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are talking in the what they call pods. One person is on the other side of the wall, the other person is on the other side of the wall. All you hear is a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to know each other and get to know each other, and you fall in love with that person's personality or whatever. There's what you believe is their soul, them, all of the things. Then you go into your proposal. If you like, I love this person, I want to marry them. That's when you finally get to see them.
Uh-huh.
Then after that, you guys go on a honeymoon. Like I don't say a honeymoon, but you go on this vacation and
Mm-hmm.
you like in this bliss, because guess what? It's the
It's
beginning of
kind
the
of
relationship.
getting to
Yeah.
know you with your
And so
face.
they
Mm-hmm.
with each other and all of
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm sorry, y'all. My IDs and cars are still up, and I need to get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And so that happens, and then they go back to real life. And then
Mm-hmm.
after they go back to real life, now you seeing how this person is like going to work and running their business, and you're meeting their friends, and they're meeting your friends, and you're meeting their parents and their family, and all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you no, it's not even 6 weeks. I think you only have 30 days or something of that nature. And then the finale is you have a wedding and you say whether you're going to marry this person or you're not going to marry this person. Whew.
That's a good overview. So, yeah, that's a snapshot of the show, and it comes on
Yes,
Netflix.
yes, it
And
does.
if you guys have not seen it, we would suggest that you run on
That
over to
you see
Netflix
it.
and go ahead and watch it because it's really a good show for a
It
lot of
is.
reasons.
It
Lots
is.
of reasons. So, as we talk about the show and this season, are you caught up on the episodes, Ash?
Oh, I am.
Okay, good. So, in this season, now keep in mind, guys, there are 15 contestants, male and female, 15 men,
Yes,
15
but
women.
everybody doesn't get screen time, of
Right.
course.
Everyone doesn't get the screen time because, they're only promoting the couples who actually couple up. And
No, that's not true.
well,
Because
well, 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 I
sometimes
was going
some
to
of
say
them
with the
do.
caveat, I was going to say
Okay.
with the caveat that, we're watching the process. So you're seeing the process. of the couples, sorry guys, of the couples that are dating in that process, and they might pick the person that you're seeing them dating. They may be narrowing it down to like, okay, remember it's 15 men, 15 women. So they each date, everyone's dating everyone. So they could say, hey, I like Ash. And one guy can say, I like Ash and I like Shell, and bring on Deborah too.
Right.
So he's dating Ash, Shell, and Deborah. And then Ash, Shell, and Deborah might have just said, oh, we like Johnny.
Yeah.
And so we're only dating Johnny, but Johnny's dating all three of us.
Exactly.
Okay. So Johnny has a pool of people, but you can choose, right? So we're seeing that, and we're seeing the elimination kind of process.
Yes,
but we
are.
really don't, even though we see all of the contestants, we don't see all of their dating processes.
No.
And I don't know if that's based on who's going to be the most spicy, or I don't know
who has I guess the greatest storyline, or like what that might look like. But
exactly,
because I was doing my reading, I did find out that some people, their relationships just didn't make it.
I know. I saw that too. A woman who was actually in a relationship, and she felt some kind of way that hers didn't make it to the cut. So, yeah, but either way, okay, so this season is quite spicy.
Yes.
So I don't know who we want to talk about first, because I don't remember names. We should be pulling up the photos on the screen.
Okay,
so Ash, start talking. I'm gonna go find some photos.
That Clay and AD are together. You had Kenneth and Brittany that were together. They're not together anymore. Then you had Chelsea and Jimmy, who are together.
Oh, you really know these names.
Baby, I'll be knowing the phone. You got Jeremy and Laura that are together.
Okay, so what I want to do, because we don't want to do that, because what I want to do is, if we can, I'm going to try to bring up the photo of Clay and AD, and then we can talk about Clay and AD, and then we can go on. You could tell me who you want to pick next. I'll pull the photo, and we can talk about them. So let me see if I can.
Clay and AD.
Wait, what'd you say?
It's the one with Clay and AD is loaded.
Oh, okay. So tell me if you can see Clay and AD.
I can see them.
You can see them.
So okay, number one, when he first seen her, you could tell he wanted to do some things to her. Okay. He was given I want to do some things to her, but I'm not just, it was like he was reminding himself that he wasn't just there for her body, but her looks. I low-key feel like this man was a playboy before he got here.
So that's okay. So wait, because this is really going to be conversational, us chiming in on each other.
Okay.
So he told that. He actually expressed that. Now, keep in mind, the premise of this show is to not see. It's called Love is Blind. So you're not seeing the person, right? Yes. And this joker
was asking.
He was asking her to basically describe what she looked like, because he said, and I have to, I'm not going to do this verbatim, but he said basically like, because I know I can't marry or propose to somebody that I'm not attracted to. So I need to know what you look like before we get all emotionally intertwined and all of that stuff. The whole premise of the show, sir,
is for you to get to know somebody without seeing them, to see them for their soul, right? Or for who they are.
Sir, why did you sign up?
Nobody knows.
Ash said that when he saw her, it was like he wanted to jump her bones or whatever.
You couldn't tell?
Okay, different generation again.
Okay, go ahead.
My 51-year-old pupils saw a man who didn't like the way she looked, but loved the way her body looked.
I felt the same way. And it was like, oh, I felt this thing, because this is what I do believe. I do believe that there's a part of her that he likes. I don't think that
personality-wise, absolutely.
I think, but I think it was I can work with everything else because that body.
I can put a bag over her head and keep the fire burning. Because he looked at her like, ooh.
But I think that
But
he's starting
ooh, when
to.
he saw
This
the
is the
body.
thing.
And
Yes,
wait,
but I
this
think
is
he's starting to appreciate her because to all them other men, because this is the thing about men.
wait. Before you
Oh,
go
okay.
there,
Go ahead.
because I have to talk about this part. And oh, give it back. It was a point right in there when he saw her. Oh, this is where we as women, y'all, this is a full bodied conversation, a real conversation. It's just us.
Yeah.
This is where we as women will do ourselves a disservice. When she saw him, now she is a cheerleader. So she's got
Right.
a cheerleader's body, a grown cheerleader.
Exactly.
She has a tight, the girl's got a banging body,
Her body
cheerleader
is
body. It's
it.
banging.
Yes.
She knows this.
Yes.
She is objectified on the court for her
And
body
so
because
she's
she's a
like, she
cheerleader.
doesn't want to be in real life. I get it.
But here's the problem. This is where we do ourselves a disservice. I don't know because I don't think there's anything wrong with the way she looks. I think
No.
she's, a regular girl. She's she's got a cute smile, all these things. But the typical what is beautiful in America is
Yes.
different than what she looks like. Welcome, y'all. Come on into the conversation. Let us
Yes.
know if you watch Love is Blind. I see people up in there.
Yes.
Talk to us. Let us bring you on the screen so we can have a really full body
That's
conversation.
right.
But I believe that she did herself a disservice because when she saw him and she's used to being objectified, she gave a full spin of the booty and everything
Like,
else.
see, yes, I remember that.
And I said, honey, you have just messed yourself up. Because he already is going to see it. He saw it when he saw her.
Yes.
But now you are saying that I recognize I'm not as cute as maybe your other ones. Yep. You're saying it without saying it. But look at this body, though. So now when he objectifies you, you can't really blame him. When all he wants to do, when and if, because we don't know that behind the scenes and the things that didn't, that hit the editing room floor. But when all he wants to do is objectify you based on your banging body, who do you blame?
Yes. But to her defense, I'm going to say in some way she did challenge him. But I do understand what you mean. You challenged him, but then when you got him, then you know what I'm saying? So I
Look
do
at
understand.
this.
Did like this? Yeah. But so this is what I'm going to say. I think also because guys are they care about what other guys think. And I think once he got around the rest of them and he saw, oh, she kind of a hot commodity. I think that kind of made him
that definitely stroked his ego.
Because some of the white dudes was like,
girl, don't listen. Okay, so we have to stop there. So what are we talking about? For those of you who didn't see it or did see it and like, yeah, I remember that. I cannot remember that jerk's name. Jim, is it Jimmy? Is that Jimmy? I think that's Jimmy. He actually made a comment about her body. He made a comment to his fiance about how stacked she is.
Why would you do something like that?
To your fiance, because I don't want to make this deep, but this is what I'm seeing. Because some of the white girls there had nice bodies too, or whatever. Nobody said anything about theirs, but hers, she's black.
Yep.
And what this society does to black women and black women bodies is nothing nice.
No.
Not even just him. Do you remember I almost said something. You remember the other woman? I can't remember her name. She gets on my last nerve. But she told her fiance to go and hit the AD's breast.
Do a
what's it called?
The bean dip.
Bean dip. Go bean dip her breasts. I'd never heard of a bean dip. I have no clue. I'd never heard of bean dip. And bean dip is to walk up and hit somebody's breast.
That was the stupidest, like, not talking to each other. He said it out loud. Why would you even play around like that?
But here's the thing. I think he was in such shock. Then she turned the tables and totally gaslit him. Y'all, we all over the place with this. Y'all got to go watch the show. But this just shows how good the show is. But she said it to him. He mentioned it to AD like, yeah, she told me to bean dip. I didn't know what a bean dip was. And she's like, bean dip? I don't know. AD, the black girl with the body, is like, what's bean dip? And he said, she said it's, hitting your breast. Now his fiance gets angry with him because he mentioned it. Well, why would you say it? I don't think he meant any harm by mentioning it. I think he was just in total shock. Like, Why would I
What?
do that?
Right.
And my problem with this is the objectifying of Black women and Black women's bodies and how they don't belong to us and how you can just do whatever you want to do to us.
Yes,
Why is that the only woman that you told him to bean dip?
exactly.
All the rest of the women have breasts and they're all on the beach.
Exactly.
Everybody's wearing a bikini. Why did you tell him to bean dip this Black woman? As if
Hmm.
she doesn't have feelings, as if it's not her own body, as
Right.
if that wouldn't be invasive and intrusive. And then, as people a very low maturity rate do often, I was just joking.
I was just, why would you say that to him? I mean, it was just a joke. But then I also think, so this is just, I think AD is that token Black girl. I think
Yeah.
she's used to being around
Yeah, absolutely.
Caucasian people.
Yeah.
I think she knows how they kind of, and she's just used to it. So she just kind of rides the wave. When she needs to hold Shorty accountable, she should have been holding
Absolutely.
her accountable.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. There's a yes and to that. In our opinion, she should have. She could have. It would have been great if she did. But me being the Black girl who's been in these white spaces often, especially as it pertains to working, most of my work history has been in predominantly white spaces, corporate America type of businesses. Even in those moments, now I've challenged some white people who walked up and touched my hair. What are you doing? Don't touch my hair.
Right.
But what happens is when you challenge it, you can easily be identified as the angry Black
As
woman.
difficult as angry.
You're difficult, you're angry, you're confrontational.
Yep.
So her being on screen, even though, yes, she's probably very used to it as this cheerleader and all these things, she
Yes.
has to process and filter through, what do I want my image to be across the screen? Do I want half of America to say she's the angry Black woman?
Yeah.
Why, you knew it was a joke. Why would you be so offensive? Not offensive, defensive. Why would you?
Yes.
She might have been filtering all that. So she's like with the really, because you saw her face and she was smiling, but I saw discomfort behind the smile.
Yes.
Processing, man, do I want to be my own advocate at this moment? And what is being my own advocate going to cost me?
Exactly.
What is the cost of advocating for myself when they are wrong?
That part.
And that's too much, honestly, to have to deal with. So I think she chose, whether she chose accurately or somebody else watching, you should have, why didn't you? That's real easy to say when you're not in the moment of the thing. Because I've done both. And as I grew older, I really became the advocate for myself and have not let them slide. But in my early 20s, I would let things slide sometimes and then go home feeling bad and like, why didn't I stand up for myself? And why did I let them say that? Here's a perfect example. I used to get this a lot. You're so articulate, or you're so different. What are we comparing me to? Different from what? Different than who? Then what? What's the comparison? You're so different. Then what? Because there are all these people in the building. So who am I different? Who are we comparing? Because to say different, you have to be comparing me to something. You get what I mean? So putting the Black person in that position and then judging them for how they respond.
But I also felt like Clay should have been a little bit more, I don't want to say, I felt like he should have stood up and said, hey, we're not doing
Absolutely. But in that time when it was happening, he wasn't standing around her.
No.
So he probably missed out on all of that.
On a lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? Let's vote on, do you think that their relationship will last? Because they're having challenges. And did you see him snap at her in front of his mother?
So I saw that. And I also saw his mama face like, what the heck? Is this how you talking to her? Okay. I think that it's not gonna work.
Oh, absolutely not.
Reason being, at first I'm gonna say 50-50. Reason being is because Clay, I keep seeing him say, I just want to be the right man. I just want to be so and so. I saw this.
I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to hurt you.
I don't want to hurt you because I low-key feel like you understand that you don't have what it takes to be with her and to be faithful to her.
He is not a safe space.
He's not.
And this is part of the
And I want to
conversation.
go to counseling for you.
This is part of
It's given. Once some cameras fall off, I'm gonna slap you. I'm sorry.
absolutely. And I'm going to cheat on you and have you at home crying and pregnant looking for me for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
But guess what? He showed you that in the beginning.
And if he'll snap on you in front of his mama.
But before we even got there, before the engagement,
oh yes,
he tells you that he tells you this in the pods when he's at a show, and the whole premise is to tell you to get to know a person without seeing them. The fact that he wanted to see you and telling you this, you know, this man is about the physical. You know, this man is not emotionally intelligent or mature to deal with this. He signed up for a show knowing the premise and then wanted to go against the premise.
We're talking about them too much. Let's go to the next.
Yeah.
couple.
Okay. Come on. Which one? Who you want me to pull
I think
up?
we should do Jeremy and Laura because maybe they stuff starting to heat.
Did you say Jerry?
Jeremy.
Oh, girl, I'm like, who is Jerry?
And Laura.
Okay. So start talking about Jeremy and Laura, and I'll pull up the.
Jeremy and Laura. Jeremy is. He remind me of Dexter's Laboratory.
Who?
The cartoon Dexter's Laboratory.
Yikes.
Nevertheless, Jeremy is he's the average white guy. You know what I mean by that is he low-key a butthole. He one of those white guys that you like, once you get to know him, you like, he don't even mean what he just said. Like that type of thing.
Okay.
And he kind of is corny. He's a little corny. Laura, on the other hand,
I don't like her.
I
do. That's the one for those of you out there. Laura is the one who told Jeremy to bean dip. Yes. AD, the black girl. But I do not like her.
I think she's controlling low key.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like she is a mean girl. When I see her, I think of Gretchen, you know, from Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. Absolutely. Yes. She is a mean girl. So there's Jeremy and Laura. I do not like this woman.
And she's one of those, I hate to say it. She's one of those women that she look at you be like, really? You know, like you flouncing around a room like you are everything. And you be like, I'm confused, dear God. Inform me about what's going on. Nevertheless, God has all made us. Anyway, so did you see this last episode?
Yes. So wait, Jeremy and Laura. Wait.
Oh, Jeremy was in a love triangle, though.
That's what I was about to get to. So Jeremy and Laura were in a love triangle because remember, everyone can date everyone. Yes. And just because you narrow it down to one person, the guy may be dating 3, 4, 5, 15 women and still liking all of them. He was in the midnight hour, he was still dating another girl and Laura. So it was down to one of the two of them. He chose Laura.
Yes.
Go ahead, pick it up, girl.
And so he chose Laura and he let go of Sarah Ann.
I think that's her name, Sarah Ann. Mm-hmm.
And excuse me. So he chose her and they like blah blah. But you can tell they're going to clash.
Oh, absolutely.
You can tell because she's one of those type of people. She likes everything a certain way. And
she's the perfectionist.
Switch things up a little bit.
He's low key, really low key, like almost an intellectual bro. If you can mix the two, a goofy intellectual bro. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even say an intellectual, a goofy bro. You know, one of those, the bros. No, but
you can tell when he applies himself, whatever he does, he's smart, right?
Yes, that's why I said intellectual.
That's why I also say goofy bro. He's the kind of person that honestly, when he says things, you do have to hold him accountable. Mm-hmm. But he also seems like the person that is open to being accountable. Whereas Laura does not seem like she's open to being accountable.
Because Laura gaslit him to death with the bean dip.
Surely did.
She said it, set him up because he mentions it in this environment that he thought maybe
in the back of the church.
Maybe girls are cool with bean dipping. I mean, he could have been thinking that. Like, if I tell AD
what
this,
a girl will do to a friend is not what a guy can do.
But that's the point. He didn't know that. He didn't even
Yes.
know what bean dipping was, just like the
Was.
rest of us.
Exactly.
So he brought it up. Like I said, I don't think he did it intentionally
I
to
don't
put her
think
on
he
the spot.
did either.
He brought it up like, is this something girls do? Like, because he
Dude,
was looking like, I don't even know what that
he told
is.
me
And
to
she had to
flip
tell me.
what's that?
Right. And then she turned the tables and flipped it on him where he's apologizing. Where they do that at?
I was just playing when I
Why
said
would you
that.
tell
Why
her
would
that?
you
Why would
tell
you
her
say that?
that?
You know I was joking.
Girl, going on, little girl. That's why.
Okay, so let's get to the last
anyway,
episode with Laura and Jeremy.
because they kind of boring to me.
They
like,
are. That's why I said let's skip
never.
ahead.
So your boy, did they get into it or something before he left?
I don't even remember that.
But your boy goes out.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we already knew something was wrong because Lord Jesus, Sarah Ann had reached out to him.
Uh-huh.
And she said he didn't respond.
Okay,
right?
so she DM'd him.
Right.
Sarah, the woman that he didn't choose because he was down to the two.
Say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, well, it ain't really nothing to talk about because he didn't respond, right? You know, it's nothing to say.
But wait. Let's put a pin there. But Sarah Ann, because it was down to one of the two women, Sarah Ann and Laura, he picked Laura. Sarah Ann DM'd him after he'd already picked Laura, and she knows this, and they're gone. That's a huge problem. And she asks him, tells him how amazing he was and how she understands. Yep. But also, if you change your mind and you realize you don't want her,
then I will be open to doing this with you.
Reach out.
And so,
and he didn't respond.
Yes.
So he just clicked like on it.
What ends up happening is he goes out, right? Mm-hmm. For the weekend. I mean, not the weekend, for that night.
That night.
And she's like, I've been calling you. Where have you been? So and so, so and so. He's like, well, I left you my location. What's the big deal? Now he was bogus for it. I left you my, what's the big deal? He was like, we were in the parking lot. She's like, to 5 a.m.
He was in the parking lot, according to him, of the bar.
With and then he finally decided to tell her, like, oh, well, before I left, they told me that Sarah Ann was there, but I'm like, I'm not going to let her stop me from having a good time.
He was in the parking lot with Sarah Ann, the woman that he didn't pick, while his fiance that he did pick is at home in the bed. And he was there until 5 a.m.
He was starting to regret that.
He had already started to regret it, and I would have too. I don't like her.
Exactly. So they get into this thing. She was like,
but the way he's doing it is wrong.
Yes, the way he was doing it was wrong. But she got his butt and was like, you wasn't in no parking lot. You were all the way over here. What were you doing?
Yeah.
And she was like, I want out. I want out.
Okay. When we talk about I want out, give me Ken's girlfriend's name. And you can keep talking about, because I want to talk about Ken.
Oh, who?
Kenneth.
Oh, Kenneth and Brittany. Hallelujah.
Okay, Brittany. Okay.
Bye.
But okay, so wait, before we do that, I just needed the name so I could pull up the photo. Okay, so with Jeremy and Laura, it is a train wreck.
They're not gonna make it.
Okay, that was gonna be my question.
They do make it, somebody gonna get to the end and be like, no, I can't do that.
So the end, for those of you who don't know, they're engaged right now. They're meshing their lives together, meeting family, all this stuff, living together. They've been to each other's place of dwelling to see, hey, when we get married, where are we going to live? But the show actually gives them an apartment to share together while they're on this journey, because it all culminates to them being at the altar. So they have to make the decision if they're actually going to go through. They pick wedding gowns and suits and all the things, but they have to determine at the end if they're going to actually get married.
Nevertheless. Here comes Principal Pastor Kenneth.
So Kenneth,
Brittany's sweetheart.
Yes.
You can actually tell she's a nice person.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Like, by the way, yes. She seems to be, I'm going to say, she feels it feels like whoever she portrayed on the show is really who she is.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems that way.
yeah.
Okay, because you all see Kenneth
And to
and Brittany.
me, honestly, she's a beautiful white woman to me.
She is to me. I hate to say this. If y'all send me a hate mail, I don't care. I don't have to read everything. But to me, she's kind of out of his league, and she's much
Yes,
older. And she's much older than he is. He is
she
only
is
25.
out of
She's
his league.
what is she? 34 or 33 or something? And
Maybe
that's a
or
big
30
difference.
or
If
something.
it she's 30 something, but when we're talking 20s and 30s, if we were talking 30s and 40s, I'd say okay, fine.
Okay,
But
cool.
20s and 30s is a problem
And
because there's a
see,
lot of
girl,
growth that
but
you
when
have
I
to
seen them twists, I said, "No, ma'am." I was
there's a
concerned.
lot of things that you go through and the developing and development that happens in your 20s until you turn 30. When you turn 30, it's like a shift. So he
Yes.
hasn't experienced that yet.
No.
So I knew when I saw the age difference, I was like, this is not going to work.
No.
It's not. It's not.
And I'm gonna say this with him. I do think that he is intelligent. I
Mm-hmm.
do think that he is smart, but I also
Mm-hmm.
feel like there's a little bit of arrested development. But he hides it within,
Emotional
yes,
arrested
but
development.
he
Yes.
hides it through intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
He
Which is
hides it
very prominent
like wisdom.
and not normal, but very common for a lot of people. The more degrees I can get, the more I can deflect.
Lord. It's
The
me.
more I can deflect from
Yes.
my lack of emotional intelligence.
And then you realize, like, oh, this ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, we talking about a man. He's somewhat accomplished, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
accomplished.
He's a principal.
He's
Mm-hmm.
a principal. He's a young
Mm-hmm.
principal, right?
25 years old.
25 years old. He had some tragedies happen, which do grow you up.
Girl,
right?
wait, what tragedies? Did I miss that?
His mom died when he was 12, if I'm correct.
I totally missed that. Okay, go
Yes,
on.
so he was talking about how he had the ideal life, everything was good, and then his mom died when he was 12. And
Oh,
so they
wow.
were talking about how they were talking about how okay. They were talking about how when you lose somebody young, because she had lost her dad too to like drinking. He had a drinking problem. When you're young,
Where
you know.
was I? I missed that too, but okay. Wow.
They were just talking about how when you're young, when you lose people when you're young and things kind of fall out of place,
Mm-hmm.
you end up having these goals and you're very driven in a different kind of way because you
Mm-hmm.
have to have some type of stability and people want
Yeah.
to know why you're so ambitious when you're young and
Mm-hmm.
all of these things. You shouldn't have to worry about this, but in all actuality, you have to worry about it to a certain degree. That's just
So,
me paraphrasing that conversation.
okay, so let me put a pin there. And also for you guys to note, Love is Blind is not like Bachelor, Bachelorette kind of show. It doesn't give those vibes because I don't watch Bachelor and Bachelorette for that reason. Um, it's not heavy with sex and all that stuff, but people do have sex sometimes, you know, within their relationships once they meet each other. Now, keep in mind they are engaged when they see each other. They are engaged. They are coupled up because the man proposed to the woman. So they are engaged
Exactly.
and they go on this vacation. They can, of course, freely have sex, have their discussions based on their belief systems or none, whatever. This couple, they are Christians and they are
Yes.
both saying they are
That they wanted
both
to wait for marriage. Yeah.
they want to wait for marriage. So they're not having sex. Okay, so let's talk about that. Do you think, without talking about your Christianity, okay, do you think that created part of their issues, the fact that they were abstaining from?
No, because that was the thing that
they chose together to do.
On. Yeah.
Okay, here's where I think is the problem.
Okay.
Well, one of the problems. I don't think this is all of the problems because this dude, they blurred out his butt crack on 2 separate occasions in the videos. And I was just like, okay, that is really a turnoff for a woman that you just met. She don't want to see you. And he's a heavy guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's a really heavy guy.
Yeah.
He's a thicker guy. They blurred out his butt crack twice. So if we saw it, she saw it. She didn't see the blue, or she saw the actual butt crack. So I could see the romantic part being taken out of it when you haven't even gotten married. This is not somebody you've been with for years and it don't matter. When you're in a real relationship, that stuff doesn't matter. But this is still supposedly the honeymoon phase before the honeymoon. And it's like, to me, it just seemed like he put forth very little effort. And with the sex part or abstaining from, that's great. Good. You guys both chose that. But one of the issues she was saying was like, I'm not feeling this spark. I need affection. And I don't know if he thought, well, I'm not having sex with her, so I don't want to work myself up just to get nothing. So, and she's like, but I need some kisses and some cuddles and some close. I need intimacy, real intimacy and physical intimacy without sex. And I think that's part of where the issue came, the impasse, where she's like,
about what
no,
they look like.
Exactly. I don't know if they communicated well. Okay, we're going to abstain from the act of sex, no sex, but we're still going to be physically intimate in kissing, hugging, cuddling, show the affection, pat me on the booty, whatever. And he's like, well, if we ain't sticking and picking, I ain't doing nothing.
Right.
And I don't know if that sounds so stupid. I don't know if that was part of the problem.
But it's a part of me that we talked about this off camera. I don't know if we talked about this off camera.
Come on, spit it out, girl.
Kenneth is cool. But he was very distant, right?
Yeah.
But it's a part of me, he just comes off like he likes more than...
Huh?
He comes off like he likes more than what a woman can offer.
Oh. Okay, we did talk about this off camera, so we're not going to talk about that.
But that's it. That's all I can say.
Fill in the blanks. Okay.
All right.
So I said yes. I can see how you and why you would say that, and I think also because AD, the black girl, right? Keep in mind, Kenneth, y'all saw the picture of Kenneth and Brittany. Black, and I think Brittany's white. Well, she identifies as white, so white. But the black girl, AD, while they were at the beach, they've seen all the couples have come together because they're all vacationing at the same spot. They all meet each other and they're talking. And AD was walking up to him like, hey, so how's it going? How are you and Brittany? And she seems like a wonderful person. And he's like, yeah, everything's good, yada, yada, yada. And she puts it in his ear like, okay, how's the black and white thing going though?
Right.
Like, she's cool and all, but have you thought about if you guys have children and the meshing of the families? What is it going to look like? Have you thought about, she didn't say this part, but I know it was implied. It was you understood. Like, what is her family going to think when she brings this big black dude home? So I think that was part of his
played into it a little bit.
I really do. Because I felt like there was a shift in him, even though he was trying to pretend there was not.
But I also feel like he doesn't have good coping skills too.
He doesn't have good communication skills either.
The reason why I say that is because we could clearly see on the camera, you on your, okay, babe. All right. Okay.
So what Ashley is talking about, when they got back home, because she said that they go through the pods, they make the decision, the guy proposes, they meet each other physically, then they're separated, I think, for a day or some hours, and then they go on a vacation. So they're together in face to face for the first time. They're on this vacation. I don't know how long the vacation is, but then they come back from the vacation and now they're coming back home. So this is in Charlotte, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They all come back home. The show puts them up in an apartment, but they both all the couples go and see where the other person lives. Like, hey, so when we come out of this apartment and make the decision to get married, which place are we going to live in? Some people have houses, some people have apartments, condos, whatever. So they have to make that determination. When they came back home, because while they're on this vacation and all this, they do not have their cell phones. They do not have their laptops. Exactly. So they're closed off from society other than each other. Other than each other and the other couples. So
finally, he goes home.
He gets his phone. And now what, Ash?
Now he's principal again. But he doesn't know how to be principal and give her what she needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can tell, he don't got a good work-life balance.
At all. And this is not the time for him to be looking for a wife.
No, he needs to go ahead and be principal.
He needs to be principal for about 5-10 more years. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk. We didn't talk about them enough and they didn't work out. So
Wait, so that's the part I was about to say. No, we haven't. So they end up getting into this conversation, and she's, kind of talking to him. One of the other things I hated about him, every time she brought something up, he was a gaslighter too. And I hate that term because it's so, catchy, whatever, trendy. But every time she brought something up, his response was always, wait, you're talking about one time.
yep. I
So
just
it's
want to
just,
know, are you gonna give me grace
are you going to give me
or this
grace?
is
Because it's
gonna
the only
think
time
that
I've done that.
yep.
As if she can't stop you. Because what foolish woman would just let you create patterns and habits before she stops you? She wants you to succeed in the relationship. So she's going to bring it. Hey, I know we're back to,
Exactly.
but you're on your phone a lot. Wait a minute, we're talking about one time. And he went to get his hair twisted.
Exactly.
Remember that? And he was out
And I can't
all
stand them
day.
twists. He got to let them go at some point.
For real, but that's a whole nother thing. But he was out all day until like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. Was it
Yeah.
1 o'clock? And he was like, well, I got my twist done and my
And
mentor
I got
took me
this.
out.
And
My
then, but then another thing I didn't like,
Mhm.
it was giving ninja.
Yeah.
When they broke up, he like, yeah, bro, what you doing over there? I'm
Ex-
on my way. What? You're not
like
gonna cuddle with her, like, man, I'm gonna miss you, babe.
she
Like
was standing there crying,
nothing.
broken,
You
and
didn't
he was
come up and
he
hug
was in
her,
his phone.
nothing.
He was in his phone. Like the emotional intelligence is zero with him. It's almost like he didn't want it to work out. Like he self-destructed on purpose
Yes.
because she brought up the spark thing and he was like, thank you for my reason to go.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on a reason. Thank you. So you don't feel for
I
me
felt like
because
she didn't present him with any reasons that he could actually walk away.
all he
And
had to
maybe he was
do.
looking for reasons to walk away.
That's my point. All he had to do was Ash was put
And I
forth some effort.
and I think he
Effort.
knew he couldn't give her what she wanted.
I think he didn't want to. I don't think he couldn't do it. I think that man can do it for somebody he wants to do it for. Like most men. It's not that they don't have the ability. It's, do I choose? Is this the one I want to? And I don't think he wanted to. Even though she's pretty and sweet and all that stuff, I don't think he wanted to.
Yeah.
So he found his way out and they broke up before the altar, way before
Yes,
the
they
altar.
did.
They're done now. And we haven't even gotten to the altar yet.
No.
Okay, who's your next couple?
Next couple is No, not Jeremy.
We did Jeremy. Jimmy. Girl,
And
Jimmy. Chelsea. Lord
Chelsea.
help.
Oh,
Jimmy and Chelsea.
Jesus.
So tell us
Chelsea.
that girl.
Woo!
But
She
not
needs
just
to be
her,
sitting on
him.
somebody's couch.
She needs to be living in some psychiatrist's house with them.
Because I'm like, is she finna crack? Now,
Again,
some of that stuff I could see. Like, and what I mean by that is this. That
go ahead.
first night when they were out, he wasn't as affectionate with her. And
so wait. Before we go there. So just to let you all know, Jimmy is the one who was at the beach with his fiance, Chelsea, talking about how stacked AD's body is.
Yes. Man, she's stacked.
And then that wasn't the end of it. Not only did he talk about how stacked she was as he drooled, he walked over and talked to her all over her, holding her. Didn't he twirl her around?
Yeah, like, oh, look at something he did.
He twirled AD around while his fiance was standing there looking like she was about to jump off a bridge somewhere. I'm sorry. I
see Jimmy, I see Make America Great Again. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Spot on. Accuracy is remarkable. Yes. Yeah. He is a special something. He is one of those, though, who would objectify the Black woman and want to, have relations with her, but never be in a relationship with her.
Ow. Bing.
Never. Because the amount of time he spent on AD.
That he's a faux good boy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So Chelsea needs validation and oh, you're beautiful. I love you once every hour.
Day.
Once an hour. I love you. You're so beautiful.
All
I love you. You're so beautiful. Let me kiss you. Let me kiss you.
in the
Let me kiss you.
words of Jodeci or Casey and JoJo, every freaking day.
Every
And
freaking
every
night and every
freaking
freaking
night,
day.
Chelsea needs you to tell her that she beautiful.
She's beautiful and you love her and give her a
And she's the
kiss.
best thing ever. And give me a kiss. And I
Once an
hate the
hour,
way that she
Ashley.
laughs and then she want to kiss at the same. Oh, that irritates me.
Every hour, to the
Whew.
extent that she told him that he hadn't kissed her in this day. And he was like, I kissed you this morning. Then I kissed you right
She's like,
before.
you only kissed me 2 times.
What did he tell? And she was
there
like,
are children in Africa who only ate once.
Ashley, I was about to say Sherry. Ashley, what about now? They're having a hard time. They've already had the issues because when he was spending all that time with AD at the beach.
On. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
He holding on by somebody's thinning edges.
Okay, so wait, for reference sake, these two had 2 others. So yes. This is a love quadruple.
I feel like she should have went with Trevor. That's just
she absolutely.
Like Trevor was more of her speed.
Trevor was her type, but I don't think she should go for anybody. I think she should go for some deep intensive therapy, maybe some EMDR. She needs more than talk therapy. She needs some other stuff. And I'm not even being funny with it because I'm an advocate for get the help you need, but she needs help.
But she needs help.
She definitely needs help.
Why do you need chronic validation?
Nobody can be your peace and your reason for being and living. No. And she needs somebody. So that means she needs help. Nobody can do this. Nobody can be this for you. You're not even this for you. Because if you were that for you, you wouldn't need it from other people like that. I mean, all day, every day.
When he said that, I was just like...
Wait, he told her, he was like, I've told you I love you more than any of the other men out here. And he's not lying.
He's not.
The amount of times we've seen him tell
you
him.
Can tell that he wants it to work. He does.
Oh, but wait. So y'all see the picture up on the screen. She told him when they were in the pod. She told him. Now, she shouldn't have done this anyway because the whole point is to not know what the person looks like. But that one of them asked the question, is there anybody that people get you mistake you for? She said Megan Fox. And so when he saw her, remember when he saw her?
You said you look like...
The expression on his face when they embrace, literally, that's going to be a meme because the expression on his face when they embrace, he was like this. And she's smiley. He's like, you don't look like Megan Fox. So I
think she was trying to insinuate the dark hair with the light.
The dark hair with the green or blue eyes, whatever. But her, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a mean girl, but it's not her. And here's the thing. They both had options. So it was both of them dating 2 other people.
Right. And he was dating a mean girl.
But do you remember what she told him? I said, that is prophetic. That girl's prophetic.
It wasn't getting prophetic. It was sounding real witchy to me.
It was mean girlish. And she was needy too, trying to get a father for her daughter. Yes. But she told him basically, when you see me, and he will. He will because of how he's wired.
Yep.
I don't know why he's there.
Chelsea is bad looking.
No.
What I think is that she put his expectations all the way up here.
Again, another woman.
He was right here.
Another woman who set herself up for failure. You should have never said you look like anyone.
Nope. You should have just said, I have dark hair, I have light eyes.
And you shouldn't have said that because the whole point is to not know what the person looks like. So if I have to describe what I look like to you, you are on the wrong show.
Yes.
Because that's the premise. Is love blind?
And that other girl, she has that more like quintessential
Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
And her whole Kardashian family.
Likes women with dark hair. So
and
that's really gonna be like, oh my God.
This other girl, did you hear her say that she went to his page and she saw that? Well, first of all, he followed her as soon as they were on vacation or something, or came back. Yes. No, so as soon as they came back and got their phones, he went and followed the other girl. because he had to see what she looked like. So she said, I actually look like all of his exes
She
because she
did.
went all through his page
She
and
was
saw
like,
all the
Chelsea is a
girls.
beautiful girl, but
Hmm.
I look like all his exes. And what is he gonna do when he see me? Hmm.
Exactly.
And she loves it.
And
That's
he's,
how you know she's a mean girl.
oh, she is a
She
mean girl.
loves it.
And she was on the wrong show too, because she
And
puts a
that's
lot
why
of,
you not with nobody, ma'am. Because
oh,
your
but
heart is
did
not
you
right.
see the preview though for next week? Next week, supposedly he's gonna sleep with
I
her,
know you slept with
possibly.
her. I said, oh baby. I said, who gonna leak the episode? Because
When I tell you most of these people, I think maybe only there's one couple. I
it's
think this
only
is
one couple.
one
And
couple who was ready for the
who
show,
I think was ready, and that's the Mexican girl, and what's her
which is
name?
probably our last. Is
Is
that our
it
last?
Amy
I don't remember her name.
and Ryan?
It's so sad. I don't remember the names, but I'll look it up. But yeah,
Look
these
it
two.
up.
So they've had a lot of issues. They
They
had
not
a
gonna
huge.
make it, but it
They're
looks
not
like
going to
she
make it.
also meets with Trevor too.
She does meet with Trevor, the guy that she was, in between with him. She meets with him in the upcoming show. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't think they're going to work because honestly, I don't think they should work. I don't think
No,
any of these people that we've talked about thus far
I
should
don't
even be
think
on
that
the
they
show.
are good candidates at all. These are not people that actually look. I feel like more of the people in the previous shows were
Yes.
actually ready and looking for actual connections and love and like something real.
And even with the white girl who was dating, what's his name? I think she's ready. She wanted something
I
real,
think
but
she wanted something real too.
I don't know why
And I
he
feel like AD wants something real as well.
AD does. I
But
think
I think she
AD
won't play too much that she willing to fix him. And he
absolutely.
can't be fixed.
Absolutely. And because Clay is very much about the physical, he's very much about he even said to her, my father was a cheater and I've only seen black men who
But let
cheat.
me tell you something.
Do you remember
So,
him saying this?
yes, but let me help you out. I am also with somebody whose parents
Hmm.
was someone like that, right?
Hmm.
Never has my husband continued to mention that.
And that's where
And
I
mention
wanted you.
it in a way of, well, I'm just trying to be the best I can for you. And this is all blah, blah.
I
Like,
wanted you
it's
to
the fact that
finish.
she keeps rehearsing this thing.
Listen, do you remember when they were out having lunch or whatever and they were having a good time? Then he just shut down and she's like,
Yes,
what just happened? Where are you? What?
girl.
And he's like, I'm just, because he's already thinking about when we,
Yes.
how I'm going to cheat on you. Because that's who he is. Like, and then she didn't come out looking like what he likes. Other than the body, in the face, she doesn't look like what he likes. I would bet my life on it. If we went to his Instagram and saw him with ex-girlfriends or women he's like, they look the polar opposite of her minus the body.
Oh yeah.
They probably have
All
good
with the light
bodies.
skinned chicks with bodies.
Yeah, that's my point. You've seen it?
No, I'm just telling you what I
Yeah,
would think. It's
I'm
a whole
I'm
bunch of
willing to
light
bet
skin or
uh,
mixed chicks. It's
or
giving Megan
white.
Good.
Yeah,
It's
or white.
giving it's giving Megan Fox. Like
Yes, yes,
yes.
yes. I'm willing to bet. So she came out being this black girl that looks like a black girl, and that's a problem for him. Not to mention he deals with fidelity issues anyway. But yeah, you can come from broken homes and want to not be like that broken
Exactly.
home, but to be
And
sitting
not
up
be fixated on it.
fixated,
Yes.
and allowing it to affect your personality and your day when nothing's happened. Y'all sitting here having lunch, everything was great, and then a switch goes off, and you're like. She's like, what just happened? So they are definitely not going to make it. This couple's definitely not going to make it because she needs some help that a man cannot give her. And he is
No.
not a good guy to me anyway. I don't even know why he's on the show. Okay, what's our
Well,
last couple? Who's our last couple?
Amy and Ryan.
Okay, let's try Amy and Ryan. And you could start talking about them.
So they seem like they are a good match.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he is genuinely attracted to her.
Yes,
And
she's
he
a beautiful girl.
genuinely likes her
Mm-hmm.
and loves her.
Mm-hmm.
The only qualm that they're coming up against is the fact that she's never taken birth control. And so
Mm-hmm.
they want to do something, but it's also like we ain't trying to get pregnant either.
Right.
So I feel like
And
the
she
easiest equation
offered,
is
well, why don't you get a
no,
vasectomy?
no. The easiest thing is to get you some contraceptives
Yeah.
and get, I mean, there's plenty of different types of condoms out here. And get
Because
some
see, here's
birth control.
actually, here's the thing. Taylor is a birth control baby. So just because you're on birth control pills anyway, you can think you won't get pregnant. I know so many women who had babies while they were on birth control. They got pregnant. So do the other stuff. Like,
Thank you for reminding me I got a call from my birth control.
that's funny. Why can't I find them?
I don't
I,
know.
I don't know
Because
if
they're
that's them.
real. They're the
Is
real
that their
couple.
name? Amy and Ryan, right?
Is
Is it
it?
Amy?
Hold on.
Okay,
Love
Love is
is
Blind.
blind.
Yeah, I have to show you their picture. They're so cute together. Girl, okay, stay plugged in. We lost her, y'all. My goodness, she is
It's
gone.
the ADHD.
I promise. Millennials,
Well,
millennials.
wow.
Okay, where is their
Oh, it
photo?
remind me. Oh, yes, that remind me of Bartiz.
Oh, we
Do you
and
remember
some.
that guy?
I
Woo.
could not stand. I couldn't stand him. He
Clay
took
is Clay
all
is
the
Bartiz
patience.
2.7.
Yeah, he took all my patience, all of it.
And I'm like, this girl could have been with somebody else, and you sitting up here
Playing
wasting
games.
our time.
Mm-hmm. Why can't I find their photo? This is really strange. Okay, so the bottom line
It
is they
is
are good.
Amy.
It is
It's
Amy and
Amy.
Ryan. Oh,
And
here
it,
they are. Okay, I found them. This isn't a good photo, but I'm going to show you guys. They're so cute together.
they
And they
are
seem to have emotional intelligence. They seem to
intelligent.
want the same things.
Yep.
They're very respectful of each other. They seem to be attracted, even though she said,
Yes.
she was honest. She's like,
Yes.
I'm not usually into white guys. Or guys with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
I'm usually into darker skinned,
Yep.
dark hair guys, but she's open and you can tell she really likes him. And she
Likes
said,
him.
like,
Yep.
I'm really starting to be more attracted to him, and they're physical, and they're all these things. Not that physical means anything, but you know the point. They really seem to be into each other, and they
Exactly.
both respect each other. They know how to talk to each
No, it's
other.
not Ryan. It's Amy and Johnny.
See, that's why I couldn't find him. Like Amy and
It's
Ryan. Who
Amy
is
and
that?
Johnny.
Thanks, Ash.
So yes, but it does seem like they actually are into each other, and it seems like they are actually attracted to each other.
Yes.
And you can
And
tell he really loves her. Like he is into her.
she is into him now too.
Yes.
So it's reciprocated, and it's reciprocal, and they seem to understand how to communicate with each other even if they don't like what the other person is saying. I love that. Right?
Yes.
Even though that pregnancy thing is the issue, but I love it. So we have gone through Love is Blind,
We
and we
have.
are, oh my gosh, 58 minutes in. I think that's all the couples, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to answer the question, in real life, do you think love is blind? In real life, does attraction matter when we talk about the matters of the heart? Love, real love.
Yes, it does.
It does?
Yes. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, and I don't think it's always a big percentage, but I do think that you need to be attracted to the person.
Now, can attraction go beyond physical? Can it go beyond what you look like and what your
For some
size
people, it
is?
can go beyond physical if that's the right person for you.
I agree. And the reason why I thought this was a good topic, and we might have to do a 2-part on this to really dive into that, because we talk more just about Love is Blind this time. But I think this is an important topic because we're in a very superficial society where everything is about hips, lips, and booty tips. I mean, just BBLs all over the place, and extensions, and folks doing all types of crazy things.
Yes.
There's a commercial that I think it's Cardi B, or I think it's Cardi B. It's called Lip Plumper, or it's called something. I don't know if you've seen this commercial. It's a lip gloss that pumps up your lips, makes your lips bigger. And the commercial has this lip plumper thing in it, and it's a really silly commercial, but they're carrying a guy out to the hospital because he put this lip plumper stuff on his private part. You gotta look up the commercial. It's hilarious. And one person in the commercial is like, why do they keep putting lip, it's called lip duck or lip something or plump duck something. And they were like, why do these men keep putting it on their private stuff? And it's for the lips, not for that. My point for mentioning that, we can become so affixed to physical stuff that we miss the fiber of what relationships really are. Because I can't hear you, girl. I don't know if you muted your thing or not.
Yes,
there you go.
that is true.
And so attraction has to, at some point in life, we have to mature beyond the physical.
We do.
Because attraction should be how this person treats you, how they respect you, how they make you feel, how they validate you and support you, how they're there for you, how they listen to you, how you feel less alone.
Exactly.
You should be attracted to that, because why? We get older. We spread or we lose weight. Sickness comes, life comes, lines come, gray comes, balding comes, all these things. So what do you do when the physical changes?
When it fades away.
If that's that's the only reason you're in love, because she's hot.
Exactly.
Well, what happens when she's not hot? You cheat or you leave her? So we have to evolve beyond just the physical. Physical's fine. But if the person's imperfect, if life changes, can we learn to be attracted to substantial things, things that are significant, that really matter, that can help you and you can help them, and that can really form and forge a relationship? All of this, your head's on a swivel because she got a banging body. Like, that is emotionally immature. When you're in your 20s, okay, fine.
It's very
when you're in your teens,
immature.
Teens, 20s, okay, I get it. 30s on up, stop it. Because real life is happening at that point, exactly. Right? So that, I mean, we have so many other questions, because I had a lot of questions like that I wanted us to talk about related to, is love blind? Like, but also the other extreme where love really shouldn't be blind, because we have to see, and I'm not talking about attraction things, we have to be tapped in to see who the person really is. Because when we're not, then we get people like, who TF did I marry?
Yes. Oh, geez.
When we refuse to see.
I was gonna watch all 55 Fords. Girl, my brain be hurting.
But it's supposed to be on like you're listening to a podcast in the background and doing your daily stuff.
She should have did it on the podcast. 55.
That girl's marketing tactic was genius. Okay. The way she has gotten all types of things and opened all types of doors because of this series.
Somebody said she made $85K.
I saw 86,000, and people are reaching out to her for networks or something. I don't know, to do her story. I've heard all types of things. She's going to London. They've
here.
It is.
What story do I need to tell? Maybe I'm not telling my story.
I thought about that. I thought about that.
I'm not doing this right.
You're not. It's supposed to be in segments, and you're supposed to be detailed. She is very long-winded and very detailed. But also, anyway, so yes, love should be blind on some levels, but in some other areas, it should not be blind. You should be able to see. I shouldn't have to go blind to love you.
She going to London now.
I think BMW was in her comments too, because that's part of the story. It's BMW and a trip to London. You'd have to see it. I think BMW has been commenting. So that girl, she tapped into something, telling her story, the way she told her story. So yeah, she has really tapped into something. But anyway, the point, I think we've established that love
is going to London.
Okay.
I can't get over there. I'm sorry. London is a wonderful place, y'all.
We're going to have to take this conversation offline. But yes, this was a great conversation about Love is Blind. Maybe we'll have a part 2 where we talk about real life stuff. And maybe bring in our friends on finally, and we can talk about, is love blind in their lives, like their relationship stuff and our relationship stuff. And did we have to turn a blind eye, as the old folks say, to be with the person?
That would be cray-cray. Okay.
Because it's the same. It's very similar to me. Like, I don't see color. No, you should be able to see my color and
Yeah,
still treat me with respect. I shouldn't have to go blind to love you. That means I'm
that
just ignoring
part.
everything. I'm
That
just ignoring
part.
everything about you just to
That
no, no,
part.
no, no, no. We do boundaries over here and we do self-respect over here. But anyway, you have anything else, Ash?
No, I mean, I feel like you cover everything. I
Okay.
also am just like, we probably, I wish we had our show earlier so we could have covered the other Love is Blind seasons. Because I feel like they had more people, like they had more people that were into it so that you could really like go into some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
Nevertheless,
we can keep covering it. We can start over with other
yeah,
seasons.
that's true.
However
That's
you
true.
want to do this. We could
Nevertheless, I mean, I feel like we did. This is pretty good.
mhm.
I'm satisfied. I feel like we said all the things.
Okay. And we can do the updates for sure. Because next week we will
Oh,
have your favorite word, some spicy things to talk about.
because somebody is cheating.
Yes. It seems like two people are cheating though. Two couple. Well, two guys.
Mm,
Seems like
yes.
it. So thank y'all. I in the comments, listen, engage with us. Tell
Yes,
us if you
please.
watch Love is Blind. Do you
Yes.
like it? What do you like it about?
If
What do
you
you like
don't
about
like
it?
it, tell us
If
why
you
you
don't
don't like
like it, and even in your own life, have you had to be blind, deaf, and dumb to be in a relationship with somebody?
that part. And what does that look like?
What does that look like? And how did you get out? Because I hope you're not in it now.
I hope
I
not.
hope you're not walking around ignoring everything just to keep peace in the house, because
And
that's not
have you
peace.
dated anybody like these people before? But
Oh,
like
that's a
you
good. That's
see those
good.
flags, you're
That's
like,
good.
that ain't working.
That is a really good one. I like that. Yes, yes. So engage with us. Let us know. Follow us on all the platforms. If you go to the comments, you can see, not the comments, but the description of the video.
Yes.
You can see our links and all that. Ash has notes with Ash. You want to talk about that, Ash?
Oh, okay. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Ash Chanel. You can follow me on Facebook as Notes with Ash, and on YouTube as Notes with Ash, and on TikTok as Ash Chanel. And of course, remember to follow the Hey Auntie and Ash podcast page.
Yes, yes. Did you see Mickey over here dancing?
I know.
He was coming up belly dancing. I get okay, y'all. You know where to follow me, Coach Michelle Jackson on Facebook, on Instagram, Out of My Shell _ the Voice, Out of My Shell the Voice on YouTube. But please don't forget to go subscribe to our Hey Auntie and Ash channel, and our
Exactly.
books are out there. Look in the description. Y'all will see the links to the books and everything. So, thank you all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday night. Have a great weekend.
See you
Bye
next
from Hey
week.
Auntie and Ash. See y'all.
Bye.